Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you are new. I am Denise. Today is Sunday, and I am starting another week of dinner ideas. I hope my videos are encouraging for you to cook more for you and your family. My meals are simple and delicious, and I do quite a bit of prepping on the weekends to make the work week go even easier for me. So come along with me as I share with you another week of dinner ideas. Tonight we are starting out with bacon cheeseburger gnocchi. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to have some French bread. I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. I'm going to put garlic butter and mozzarella cheese. I'm preheating my cooker below this so I can brown up hamburger. This is that homemade French bread I made yesterday. Okay, and I'm going to sprinkle some garlic powder on here. And mozzarella cheese. A little bit of cheddar mixed in it. And I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of oregano on there. Okay, we'll set that aside. Okay, I am making a bacon cheeseburger gnocchi. I already have bacon cooked up. It's in the fridge. And I'm just going to brown this hamburger. I really do like using my meat masher better. So I'm going to grab that. Breaks it up better. And this was 80-20 ground beef that I have in here, so I am going to have to drain that off. Use the paper towel trick. Alright, that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to add one chopped onion. It's pretty close to a full onion here. Now I need a half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. A teaspoon of onion powder and paprika. I'm setting my simmer feature on here to low. Now I need a tablespoon of minced garlic. And an 8-ounce can of tomato paste, or tomato sauce. And a 1/2 cup of beef broth. But since I'm making chicken broth, I'm going to use that because it's only a 1/2 cup anyway. And a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. But I don't have any. So I'm just going to use some milk. Would I say a 1/2 cup? Now we can put our cheese bread in, garlic cheese bread. And now I need to add an 18-ounce package of gnocchi, but I could only find a 16-ounce. So that's what I'm using. And this is potato gnocchi. I found this at Walmart. I'm going to break them apart. I have never had gnocchi before, so this is going to be very new. So now I am going to, once it starts boiling, I'm going to put the lid on it and let it cook for about 5 minutes. Turn that down after it starts bubbling. All right, that has started bubbling. So we'll put the lid on this and I'll bring you back when we plate up. Okay, this has been simmering away here for 8 minutes. I checked the gnocchi, they are tender. So now I'm going to add a good cup of shredded cheddar cheese. The recipe calls for Colby Jack, but I don't buy Colby Jack. So we're doing cheddar. And here are my 4 slices of bacon that I have chopped up. Top that. And I am going to shut the heat off of this. We're going to let that cheese melt and bacon warm up. Garlic bread is done. That looks nice and toasty. Oh, look look at that. New to us recipe. Cut this in half here. Nice and hot. And here it is. Bacon cheeseburger gnocchi. This is a new to us recipe. So when we get done eating, I will come back and let you know what we think of it. It smells pretty good. Never had gnocchi before, so. And we'll put a little bit of applesauce on our plate. My homemade applesauce. Go, Sophie. And there you have it. Bacon cheeseburger gnocchi with homemade French bread and applesauce. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, friends, I need to tell you that this bacon cheeseburger gnocchi, it's really good. My husband has some leftovers to eat throughout some of the week. I'll make sure to have this recipe linked for you below in the description box. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Monday. Tonight for dinner, we are having ham and potato soup that I took out of the freezer and a dinner salad. Super delicious after work Monday dinner idea for you. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Tuesday. Tonight for dinner, I am making us a hamburger helper. In here, I have my homemade pasta sauce that I took out of the freezer the other day. And to that, I'm going to add some tomato chicken bouillon. So a cup of water and a teaspoon of this tomato chicken bouillon. And here I have 2 ears of corn coming to a boil. I want to add a little bit more onion. And some more green pepper. And tonight I am going to use rotini pasta. So I'm going to put in about 2 cups. I'm going to put the cover on this and let the pasta cook until it's tender. And my corn is just going to cook away. And I forgot to mention that my homemade pasta sauce has a lot of meat in it. That's why you didn't see me put any in. So I'll bring you back when we plate up. Okay, friends, our dinner is ready. From start to finish, that took about 20 minutes. So here we have our homemade hamburger helper with homemade pasta sauce. Super delicious. And an ear of corn. There you have it. That is our simple and delicious dinner tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Wednesday. Tonight for dinner, we are having leftover homemade beef stroganoff from last week. I just took it out of the freezer yesterday and reheated it on the stove top today. And all I did was add about a tablespoon more of sour cream and some homemade applesauce. Super delicious and easy dinner tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Thursday. Tonight we are having homemade barbecued meatballs from the freezer, homemade mashed potatoes from the freezer, and we had a little bit of corn left in the freezer. Super delicious and simple dinner tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Friday. Tonight for dinner, we are having one of my homemade frozen pizzas. It is sausage, onion, green pepper, mozzarella cheese, homemade pizza sauce with a homemade crust. And I found a couple hot dog buns in the freezer that we use to make garlic toast. Super delicious. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Saturday. Tonight for dinner, I am making a 1 skillet creamy chicken pasta. So in this hot pan, I just put about a tablespoon of olive oil. In here, I have 1 cup of chopped onion, or 1 cup of chopped carrot, a half a cup of chopped onion, and a half a cup of chopped celery. And I'm going to saute this for about 5 minutes. Let them veggies soften up. Okay, these veggies have been sauteing now for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to add a teaspoon or so of minced garlic. I'm going to cook this for another minute. I'm going to add a little bit more vegetable oil or olive oil. And now here I have 10 ounces of chicken breast. The recipe is calling for 1 pound of chicken thighs, but I'm using breast. And the one breast was a little shy of a pound, so I'm just going to go with it. I'm going to salt and pepper this. And let this cook for about another 10 minutes. Okay, this chicken has browned up nicely. It is not completely cooked through yet, but it's okay. It'll finish cooking. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of chicken broth. This is my homemade that I took out of the freezer this morning. And 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And a soup can of milk. Now I'm going to add a half a pound of fettuccine. I'm going to break it up a little bit, probably into thirds here. And now I need to add parsley flakes and thyme. which I don't have. So I'm just going to use basil. So I need a tablespoon. And it calls for a teaspoon of thyme. So I'll do a teaspoon of basil leaves. Once this comes to a boil, I'll turn the heat down and let it simmer for about 20 minutes until this pasta gets tender. So I will bring you back when this is done. Okay, friends, the pasta is tender. It took 20 minutes. Give it a quick stir here. Now I'm going to add a healthy cup's worth of sharp cheddar cheese. I'll just use up what's in here. And put the lid on this and let that cheese melt. Okay, our dinner is ready. 1 skillet creamy chicken pasta is what's for dinner tonight. I have made this recipe before. It is really good. I'll make sure to have this recipe linked for you below in the description box. Nice and cheesy. And there it is. And we're going to have some of my homemade applesauce with that. There it is. Okay, friends, that concludes another week of the dinners I made for my husband and myself. All my meals are delicious and easy to prepare, and they're generally budget friendly. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you part of my YouTube family. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.